Guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new in my channel, my name is Wabuda Evelyn and my channel is about people, places and culture, and today I'm going to talk about people, that is the nanny to be precise, and the things to consider before hiring a nanny. So, and the experience also I've had with nannies, and guys, welcome and keep watching. Before I continue, talking of culture, this is a culture where this is a dera. They are so good at the course during this hot season, and you can wear it with your open shoes or makubali. I stand to be corrected, I'm also Swahili, or Masai shoes, So common shoes at the coast because of this weather. So cool, so comfortable. You can move with them comfortably anywhere. This dera can go with it anywhere. It's not restricted to anyone. Anyone is allowed, or anyone can put on this dera. So guys, let's keep watching. Guys, before hiring a nanny or a house help, there are a few things you should consider, like the origin of the nanny, or where the nanny came from. Secondly, why they left. If at all the nanny was employed somewhere else, you should know why they left their workplace to get a new place to work. Thirdly, you should know her background, and I think the person who brought that nanny to you, because most of the time, or a larger number of people don't get nannies from the bureaus, but you get nannies from connections to our friends, our relatives. So most of the time it's good, especially those you get from the relatives I think they're much better than the ones you get from the bureaus, because the ones from the bureaus, you might not know them so well. They are well trained, they need better pay, yes, but you might not know or get to know them so well, like someone you get from your relative or your friend. Again, if you get a nanny or a house help from a friend or a relative, it is easy to track where they come from. It's easy to communicate with their relatives, and in case of anything, it's easy to be sorted. So another thing to consider before hiring a nanny, I think their age. Age is very important, because you're leaving this nanny with a young kid maybe, and they have to know how to take care of those kids, because a young girl like underage, maybe 16, 15, they might not, that's a kid. That kid cannot be able to take care of another kid. At least 18 and above. And if maybe she's educated, it's a priority or an advantage to you. So another thing you should consider also, types, maybe let me say, is why they want, or why they consider to have that job, because some come with different reasons, and maybe someone has come because they just need to get some money for a few days and they leave, or someone has committed a crime somewhere and then they are looking for a place, they run away from wherever they were, maybe from a different town to another town. They just want a place to settle and hide for some time, but you don't know their criminal defense. Then you have to consider that, because it's very important. And there are so many things you need to consider before hiring a nanny. So to cut everything short, because I can talk so much about nannies, just take a few steps and a few credentials from the nanny to be able to understand them well. Have time to understand if they really have that passion of that to do that job. thing I think you should consider most is this nanny capable of handling your home or doing stuff in your house, or as this is capable of handling all the tasks of all the duties in the house, like cleaning. Have they ever cooked? Have they ever washed? Guys, after considering all those and you've hired your nanny, also keep watching them, keep trying to understand them more, know their friends, who they're dealing with, because some nannies at some point tend to even kidnap your kids or even steal from your house, transfer your items and cutlery and just move them to somewhere else before they try to move away at some point. So guys should be very careful when you're hiring nannies, and don't keep your full trust in them because they are strangers at the end of the day. Yes, as for me, most of the nannies I had was so good. Yeah, their work, everything. But the only thing that every nanny had, apart from one, maybe, they used to pick things. I mean, each and every item in my house is like disappearing. My spoons, my bed sheets, my clothing, and I couldn't realize because they're doing their work so well, they are really getting to be so nice. And by the time they left, I came to realize like some months later that I have no bed sheets, I have no cutlery. Some of my cutleries are less in the house. Some of my shoes, and that's how it is. So guys should be very careful about the nannies you pick, and you always be observant all the time. You don't just keep them there and just say that they're fine, they're good, my nanny is working so well, taking care of the kids so well, and there's nothing else they can do, but they can always do something fishy that you might not even realize. And by the time you come to realize, it's too late. So guys, every time we pick our nannies, let's make sure that we keep track on their day-to-day events. We read their kind of body language. Some try to understand them, like try to understand this nanny you put in the house, because at the end of the day, she or he is a stranger to you. You're not related in any way, so you should always be careful. And another thing, I think, apart from the nannies, that I might add on to that, you might consider just taking care of your kids on your own if you can. You can quit your job and try to do something else and try to take care of your kids when you're closer to them. It is even much better, because as for me, at some point, I quit my job or whatever I was doing and had to establish my business, a small business just close to my doorstep, and I was working, I'm monitoring my kids, and even if I have a nanny, I'm just around them, and when I feel like I'm strong enough, I can take care of my kids on my own, I juggle all the two, my business and my work at home, and everything is fine, because at the end of the day, my kids, when they started going to school, they could find me at home because my business is right at my doorstep. So I'm just there to monitor everything on my own. Yeah, there's some goodness in that, rather than getting someone to work for you or take care of your kids. Because if anything, like, I didn't grow being taken care by a nanny. I recall that by the time I was growing, I started going with my mom at work, because my mom was working at a daycare center. So I think from the time I was a baby, maybe she was going with me to work, I don't know, as I recall. But I think even I started my classes or my KG classes at a very early age. So it's always good to consider so many things that I've not mentioned. So guys, every time you want to hire someone, it doesn't have to be a nanny only, but any worker, someone you're trying to employ at your home, please consider these things that I've talked about, and many other things that you will come to realize on your own as you continue getting stories of nannies with their behavior. all over the world. There are so many kinds of stories about nannies. So guys, thank you so much for watching my videos, and thank you for listening. And for those who are new, please subscribe, share, and you can leave a comment below if you've gone through any experiences with the nannies. Yeah, because there's so much that we're hearing about nannies nowadays. Thank you so much, guys.